welcome into CHGO Bets Daily, coming to you live from Studio B of our CHGO offices here in the West Loop of Chicago. I'm degenerate number 1, Sean Anderson. That's degenerate number 2, Cody Del Mendo. You can follow him at Cody_CHGO. That's it, at CHGO. I'm Sean, at Sean_W_Anderson. We got Joey producing us, and we're going to give you our best bets for Super Bowl, not 57. There's one more, 58. The Chiefs versus the 49ers. Cody, before we get into it, how have you been? Okay, all right. Cody has been great. I've been great as well. I took Kentucky to win by at least 12.5 last night, and they just stomped Vanderbilt. And then I took the Magic to cover 3.5, and they didn't even score 100 points. So that was good. Anyways, today
tough 4 days for me. I'll just leave it at that.
All right. Well, hopefully Sunday's going to be a good day for you. Do you remember last Super Bowl? Was it a good day for you?
No, because I took the Eagles, and the stupid refs ruined the game for me. I think I probably hit a few props, but I did take the Eagles last year against the Chiefs.
I hit one $25 parlay, so that was my all my profit in the year 2023 on parlays. So shout out to that. On today's show, we're going to talk about the side and the total. We're also going to be talking about the player props, our best bets for the day. My dad is on the same bet that I am on, so I'm kind of scared. I don't know if I should be, down with it. Like, I made my best bet, and then 2 days later, my dad texted me, and he's like, I like this. And I'm like, oh, he's a horrible bettor. So I don't know. Let's look at Circa. Circa has our lines. They're our presenting sponsor for today's show. Niners minus 124 on the money line. Chiefs plus 106. The spread over at Circa is 1.5. So if you like the Chiefs, you can get plus 1.5. If you like the Niners, you can get minus 1.5. So let's just start there. On the side, do you like even messing with the spread when it's just this close? I mean, it's basically a pick 'em.
Yeah, I mean, I always tell people this. It's better value to just bet on the money line here, unless it somehow gets to 3, and then which, in this case, I would be taking the Chiefs because they're the underdogs. So for me, I'm just not going to fade Mahomes again.
Because you did last week?
Well, I did last year's Super Bowl. But I did 2 weeks ago against the Bills. I took them against the Ravens though, and they won that game. It feels like it's been a month since that game, but it's only been 2 weeks. And they won that game pretty easily. It wasn't even a sweat. Patrick Mahomes as an underdog is so profitable. I do think the 49ers are a better team, but I don't know, man. Brock Purdy's never been in this game. Patrick Mahomes has. I do think the 49ers have just the better overall team, but I just feel like I can't bet against Mahomes. I just can't do it.
I feel like I could.
I did last year, and you sat here and told me that. How can you do that?
Right, but now you look at this year, the Niners haven't been underdogs in a single game. So, yes, you could look at the extra narratives, but I do think that the Niners have a better team than the Eagles last year. I also think that they have a way better coach. You're giving me, I know, obviously, Shanahan's had his issues, but you're giving me Shanahan or Sirianni. I'll take Shanahan.
Okay.
I think it's fair to look at the defense of the 49ers because, again, Mahomes is the other quarterback, and I don't know if I'm in love with what I've seen from the Niners so far in the playoffs, but it seems like the sportsbook would like a Niner victory. The fact that Circa is, basically at a pick 'em right now is telling you that this is a huge public dog in the Chiefs. And I really think that it's probably smart to go with the sportsbook here. It's really less about the narrative because you're right. If you're looking straight at the quarterbacks and Mahomes versus the Niners secondary, I think that he'll likely have a field day. But Niners are pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I just might go with the Niners because, again, I could just lay minus 124, take the Niners to win, and I don't have to sweat anything, any points being covered. I just have to worry about them winning. And I do think, from the start of the season to the start of the playoffs to, you look at before last week when you were looking at the Niners and Lions and the Chiefs and Ravens, what this matchup could possibly be. I thought that the Niners would be favorites in any matchup. It just makes sense that the Niners are priced well. I mean, I'll take the well-priced Niners, I guess.
I mean, but you mentioned that they've been favorites in every game. Well, I mean, they shouldn't have been favorites against the Lions. I think we can both sit here and agree that the Lions played a better game, but they just blew it at the end. They should have lost to Green Bay. Like, the Niners haven't been convincingly the best team in the playoffs. I think we can confidently sit here and say that. So, I mean, I get where you're coming from because it does. I always bring this up. Like, it feels like a trap. Like, it just feels like you just first glance. Say you're a public bettor. Say you've never gambled at all in your life, and you see, oh, I can get more money if I bet on Patrick Mahomes rather than Brock Purdy. Like, yeah, of course I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes because he's Patrick Mahomes. So, like, and I bring up, like, the whole trap. It does feel like a trap. And again, I do think the 49ers are the better team. But, it's tough.
But here's the thing. There's a lot of ways to bet the Super Bowl. There's thousands and thousands of props. So, hey, if you're not feeling confident on a team, just stay away.
Again, I'm taking.
You don't have to take a spread.
I'm going to take Mahomes just because it bit me once already that I didn't bet that I bet against him as an underdog. Again, he's so profitable as an underdog in not only the playoffs but just in general. You mentioned Kyle Shanahan. Well, Andy Reid, I think, is a better coach than Kyle Shanahan. I think if they can get Pacheco running the ball well like he has this postseason, that they can control the clock. And I don't think it's going to be any kind of like major shootout in terms of like a lot of deep ball passes or anything like that. I think it's just going to come down to time of possession. And can the 49ers, front seven get to Mahomes? Right. I mean, Mahomes just gets away from everyone, man. Like, and he's coming into this game pretty healthy. I remember last year he kind of got hurt and was able to, still did what he did, go and win a Super Bowl. But at the same time, I understand people who want to take the Niners. This Chiefs team, it just feels like they're on a run that like no one expected. Like, I mean, 2 months ago we were talking about how this team isn't doing shit, and here they are. And when you talk about offenses, Matt Nagy is the offensive coordinator. We know how we feel about Matt Nagy. He's shown the inconsistencies even with the Chiefs this year, whether you want to blame that on the players or blame that on Matt Nagy. Kyle Shanahan's an offensive genius. I think if McCaffrey has a day, then yeah, I think that they can win. So maybe you just play on the props. I do think the props could be more not popular, but more profitable just based off, I think, all the main players that everyone's going to be talking about going in this game could have, could go over on a lot of things.
Yeah, I like two players specifically. Let's let you know about our friends over at Circus Sportsbook. Then we'll get into them. But yeah, I mean, if the Niners D-line has a big day, I mean, that would be the true key to them securing a victory. I don't really love a team. I guess I would have to lean, especially if, Circa gets down to minus 120 on the Niners money line. I think that's just a price that I wouldn't be able to pass up. But that's why we love Circus Sportsbook. Tight money line splits and a low hold model allows them to have games like the Super Bowl at minus 124 and plus 106 for the Chiefs and 49ers to have it very evenly priced. Games will strive to be a minus 110 split on the Circus Sports menu, unlike other sportsbooks which may use a minus 115 or minus 120 split. Their high apps limit and transparency allows you to bet freely. Circa does not limit players based on their winnings. Every player has the same limits, unlike other books who do limit winning players, and they encourage bettors to download and explore all sports betting apps available so you compare the lines from each sports book so you're getting the best price. And most of the time, if not all the time, with the world's largest sports book, Circus Sportsbook, you will be getting the best price. And there are real people behind the Circus Sports brand who resolve issues in a timely fashion, unlike other books who use chat box. And plus, if you ever go to Circa Resort and Casino, they're running that sports book that we were so thankfully invited to. And they're taking care of our people right now. I know that Radio Row right now is at The D, and that's a part of the Derek Stevens family of casinos and hotels. So shout out to Circus Sportsbook. They're taking care of us right now, or at least the CHGO Bears team, and I guess the All-City Network, because they're all four of them are down there. They're taking care of them. So download the Circus Sports Illinois app at circusports.com/Illinois-app. That's circusports.com/Illinois-app to sign up today. Also be on the lookout for Circa events, watch parties, and tailgates. If you're someone who may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537. Text GMB to 833-2334 or areyourreallywinning.com. All right, Cody, I got two bets that I like, and one of the props I bet really early on, so I think you would have to take over 12.5 rushing yards for Brock Purdy. I don't know if I love it at 12.5, just because now it seems so effing popular. My dad's even betting it. But I got over 10.5 at -120. Purdy in most of these playoff games has shown, hey, if I'm dropping back to pass and I can pick up a first down, I'm going to go and pick it up. A first down last time I checked is 10 yards. So over 10.5, I think that he can scoot for 11. Maybe he scoots twice and picks up, 8 and 8. That's 16. So I like over 10.5 rushing yards for Brock Purdy on Super Bowl Sunday.
I don't hate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, especially if Chris Jones gets going, he's gonna have to scramble. You know,
and thankfully, unlike college, sack yards are not counted against the quarterback. The only thing we'd really have to worry about is kneel downs.
That's one of the worst things about gambling on college football is when that happens. Okay, so one of my favorite props is Patrick Mahomes on passing attempts, and this kind of would go towards the narrative of if you want to take the 49ers, right? And like I said, even though I'm going to bet on Mahomes or bet on the Chiefs and Mahomes, I could see the Chiefs being down a lot or be down most of this game if, their defense doesn't hold up against this 49ers defense. But at the same time, the 49ers defense, they allowed 24 first half points to the Lions in that NFC Championship game. The 49ers let Jordan Love do whatever he wanted in that game against the Packers. To me, this 49ers defense coming into the Super Bowl is just – I'm not high on it, all right? So the one reason that I like the Mahomes passing attempts is, A, the 49ers are at – the quarterbacks against the 49ers this year have the most passing attempts in all football. They're ranked 30th, I believe. And that's largely because teams have been down against them, right? Well, Patrick Mahomes had 39 passing attempts against the Ravens in the AFC Championship game, and they led the entire game. He's gone over his passing attempts line in 12 games this year. So it's been pretty profitable. Obviously, we know the Chiefs like to throw the ball, and they're going to be in a dome in Vegas. So I think throwing the ball makes a lot of sense. Over 36.5, it's at -105. So I like it whether you think the Chiefs are going to win or whether you think they're going to lose. If you think they're going to lose, then I definitely feel like you should play it because they'll be down, meaning that Mahomes is going to throw the ball. And I do think because it is the biggest game of the year, obviously, Andy Reid is going to let Patrick Mahomes dictate how this game goes for them.
Well, yeah, no, you brought up Matt Nagy's name. I think if he...
And he loves to throw the ball.
If here's any play call from Nagy that he doesn't like, he's just audibling. Because, again, he's got 3 rings already?
Well, and as we saw as Bears fans, he never wanted to run the ball.
Yeah.
So...
Well, and two, we saw yesterday, it was 2 weeks ago, that at least in the Ravens game, they were throwing with Kelce to kind of run the ball. It was, 11 receptions on 11 targets. It wasn't deep passes. It wasn't, breaking out towards sidelines. It was, all right, hey, option route, and if you just go sit in the middle of the zone and find the weak spot, and I'll find you. I think it's going to be a lot of that where, you're going to see short game to Kelce, and he's likely going to pick up 120 yards or something on 11 catches again.
He scrambles at an elite level too. I still can't get the pass he made to Kelce as he was being tackled against the Ravens.
On the sideline.
Yeah. And it was just this guy will get a pass off no matter what. So again, 36.5, it seems like a lot, but again, he's gone over this total 12 times this year. I do think that the Chiefs will be trailing a lot of this game, so they're going to be forced to, not necessarily forced, but I think that they're going to be thinking to throw it. And again, I think it plays well because they're going to be in a dome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Our guy James Orlando's wondering about parlays in the chat. He's also predicting orange Gatorade. I got one 3-leg parlay because I had a bonus bet, so hey, why not throw one down? I brought up Brock Purdy, longest rush of at least 10 yards. That's one of the legs. Pacheco touchdown scorer, and then over 4.5 Deebo Samuel's receptions. That's 6-1. So 5 wins, 35, I think. So that's the one parlay I have. I did hit a parlay last year. It was what's his face? Dallas Goedert, Hurts rushing yards, and then Eagles to lose, or I think Eagles to cover or something. I don't remember. And then the one other bet that I have right now, the line is at 47.5. if it was to finish at 47 total points, just screw people with that hook, that would mean a team would have to win with a final score of 4-3, likely. I mean, I guess, 8-1. But if you're looking at the spread, it's a 1-point spread, 47 total points, likely gets you, I don't know, a 24-23 Niners win. You could play squares. There's Super Bowl squares options on some books. 60-1 for the Niners to win, for the final score to win, finish with the Niners of a 4 and the Chiefs with 3, 60-1. So 5 to win 600, I think. I think that's the math. I don't know. Or 5 to win 300. So that's the one other shot I'm taking. Okay. Not really a parlay, just more square prediction.
My value play, I guess this is considered a value play, is Christian McCaffrey 2 touchdowns or more, plus 245. He's done it in every playoff game this year.
That's weird because, I mean, him to score a touchdown is like minus 340.
Right.
But then you get plus 240?
Plus 245. Yeah. I think it's plus 245 because the Chiefs haven't given up a lot of touchdowns to running backs this year. So, I don't know. It's Christian McCaffrey. I think if the 49ers are going to win this game, Christian McCaffrey is going to be the guy.
Yeah, I mean, they have a recipe.
Like, and I'll give Purdy all the credit for making that comeback against the Lions, but this is going to be against a team with plenty of playoff experience, plenty of playing on the big stage in the Super Bowl experience. If I'm Kyle Shanahan, I'm going into this game pounding the rock with Christian McCaffrey to try and open up the passing game for Purdy instead of, like, I guess, going out there trying to pass early. You know what I mean? So, to me, Christian McCaffrey rushing, honestly, like the rushing attempts for sure, but as a value play, I think he can score 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
I like it. Do you have an MVP? Do you care? I don't think it's really good value on anyone.
I mean, if you want better, want better value than like what's on the money line. If you think the Chiefs are going to win this game, you want better value than take Mahomes to win MVP. Isn't it better value that way?
I don't even know. You know what the number is?
I saw it was like
I brought up the prop and I didn't even
last I checked.
That's
it was
good hosting by me.
Last I checked, it was like plus 120. Whenever
Super Bowl MVP. All right, here we go. Aubrey Thomas 250-1. I only have one book.
Plus 125 on Mahomes. So, and it's like basically even money right now, like plus 100 basically on the money line. So, again, if you think the Chiefs are going to win, if you want to take the Chiefs to win, it's almost better to bet Mahomes to win MVP. Of course, you were going to have to rely on Mahomes to have an incredible game to earn that, but I just don't see how he won't win MVP if they win.
Right. I mean, yeah, unless Kelsey catches like 20 balls.
I had a bet 2 years ago, Aaron Donald to win Super Bowl MVP, and he should have won. He Stafford won because it's a quarterback award. But Aaron Donald literally, like, 2 of the biggest plays in the game, made the last stand on 4th down, got to, like, he should have been the Super Bowl MVP. I should have cashed out $200. Never forget it.
Or if you think the 49ers are going to win, I mean, McCaffrey at plus 475, like, I could see someone other than Purdy getting the Super Bowl MVP for the 49ers since they're such a complete team.
I don't know. I mean, if he scores like 3 touchdowns, sure. Yeah. But I don't know. People love the quarterbacks, as you're saying. No, but hey, maybe this is the year that Joey doesn't take a defensive winner, and Joey Bosa has like 5 sacks, and
Nick
there
Bosa,
you go.
You mean?
Yeah. Oh, Nick Bosa, right?
Plus 7,500. Huh? Plus 7,500 for Nick Bosa.
For Nick Bosa,
kind of like a Rashee Rice. Like, could he have a big, huge game? Rice.
Like plus 5,000.
Because a couple swing plays in there. You never know.
Rashee Rice, that's a bold pick.
You're right. I mean, these are really like tough.
That's why the odds are what they are.
It's tough. I'm curious about like who the last Super Bowl MVPs are.
But
like last non-quarterback to win?
Yeah. Because I'm trying to think of like how good Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp was the MVP, not Matthew Stafford. Wow, so I stand corrected.
Yeah, well, he had an incredible game.
He was amazing.
Hey, Joey, the last non-quarterback was Cooper Kupp.
Julian Edelman.
Okay. 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Von Miller.
Yeah, because Peyton Manning sucked that year.
Malcolm Smith.
Horrendous.
Won it.
Oh, because he had that pick six.
He had a pick 6 and he had a fumble recovery. So that's like, those are the plays. Like, I don't think Rashee Rice even returns punts, but like if he got in there, returned a punt for a touchdown, like who knows? Maybe he runs one in. All of a sudden, we're rich.
Is it worth putting $1 on 3 of those guys to
maybe like you know what I
the
always
odds
like?
are so good that
Here's what I
$1
like:
on
safety.
It's not a bad idea.
Safety at some point.
You like a safety to happen?
Yep.
Do you know what?
How do you
to pull
not
those
take
odds up.
red as the Gatorade color?
Well, because Kyle Shanahan said his favorite color was orange.
Oh, okay.
But then
so
he
that's
also
why
said that he
James
was
Orlando's
mostly drinking water.
Okay.
So if anything, maybe bet clear.
Okay.
But don't bet Gatorade. You gonna bet Gatorade?
Yeah.
You're gonna bet.
I've won it before.
Are we taking heads or tails? Tails never fails, or use your heads.
Now, that's one of my least favorite prop bets. What I want to do is, if anybody's got any inside information about what Usher will be singing first,
you want
please tweet at me for that, because there's always somebody that like works at the stadium or works for Pepsi and they hear the set list. Okay, is it OMG first?
Wasn't it
it'll
like
be my
2
vote.
years ago? Like that leaked on the internet, and then they took the prop down.
That happens. Remember it? Yeah, where it was like the
sports
Weeknd was going to sing "Save." Like what's he going to sing first? "Blinded by the Lights," "Save Your Tears." Like who was it? Last year, "Diamonds," Rihanna.
Rihanna. Yeah.
Was Rihanna?
Yeah. Last year was Rihanna. Yeah. She was pregnant. Yep. She was a meme for a good 2 weeks. Yep.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
All right. God bless. That's gonna do it. You got any more bets?
Heads is plus 100. So if you are going to bet it, I mean, it's great value.
What's tails?
Like minus 110.
That's so stupid. That's a literal joke.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
there's
that's
value
EV.
on. There's
that's positive EV right there.
That's like
That is a joke.
for a 50-50 shot.
Yikes. All right. That's Cody Delmendo. You can follow him at Cody_CHGO. I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me at Sean_W_Anderson. That is Joey Spathis. Thank you very much, Joey, for producing the show. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
We all silly.